Okay.
Hello, everyone. We are back. This is the Reverse Sweep podcast. I'm Malay. We have Pranav, Ishwar, Siddharth, and Darshil with us. And all of us are extremely happy. And of course, India winning Lords yet again. Historic win. I mean, at one point, it looked like we are out of the game. Rishabh Pant had got out. Then Bumrah and Shami. Unreal. I don't have words. It was just amazing. I'll just let you guys start off with your reactions. So we'll start with Darshil. Darshil, what do you think?
I think the fact that Bumrah told Anderson that you have played 165 test match, don't expect slow balls. Stuff of players. I think this was one match where I wish they released the entire footage of the stump mics. Everything that Kohli has said and everything are around the fielding cordon has said to the batsman, all the sledging, like brilliant stuff. This is not your backyard. This is not a limited overs cricket. Like giving it back to the English team was in one of their favored venues at Lord's, the iconic place.
And they backed it up with performance. That was
that's the best part.
I mean,
home of cricket.
Too many.
I don't agree with home of cricket. It's just made up, but
I agree with you.
Anyway, let's go to Pranav. Pranav, what did you think?
Wow. I mean, I'm actually
legends like Agarkar, like he's done better than Sachin at Lords. So Shami goes in the list of elite legends.
I mean, I'm actually yesterday, if we had done this, if the emotions were so high, I mean, and good, at least you had a day to just soak in what we achieved yesterday. I mean, absolutely, the fact that I was so happy that the two people I like the most, Jimmy Anderson and Joe Root, totally discombobulated and helped India achieve a historic victory. I mean, who would have thought a guy who played 160 tests would get so riled up by just being given an over of short pitch bowling which he has faced probably a number of times before, and then when India were absolutely dead and buried, you could say they just totally lost their heads, and Shami and Bumrah just they really put such effort in. Bumrah was so determined, and Shami, who's been trolled by all of us so much for showing lack of application. I mean, it was just heartening to see how both of them, put India to safety first, and of course, victory. Both of them again started the collapse, and everyone was just amazing. And
what about your best friend Moeen Ali?
Well, Moeen Ali actually batted better than most people in the English team. That should tell you how pathetic their situation is. I mean, that's how bad England were. They could not survive 60 overs.
One thing that I felt looking back at the match was England didn't believe they could win. I felt
at any point.
Because
did not feel at any stage that they were
even when Bumrah and Shami were, it was pathetic. I mean, five fielders on the boundary to Bumrah and Shami. I mean, I don't know what they were trying to do. Maybe just trying to intimidate them and then see how it goes. Mark Wood was bowling 90 plus miles
with an injury for some odd reason,
without a slip, but there was no slip for that. It was bizarre. But chalo, let's.
To be very honest, really sorry to interrupt all the happiness which I saw in your comments, but it's not even in top 5 Indian victories or top 10 overseas Indian victories for me.
Top 10.
Hello.
Interesting.
Not even top 10. Top 10 is
that's not important. It's a great win. That's all.
Let me complete.
Whether it's top 10, top 10.
It's not that great a victory. Just look at the state of England side. Okay. Their openers, they are not in great form. They have
more about where we were.
Whatever it is, okay. But it's the reason why we got in that situation is because we did not play well in first and second inning. Okay, first inning we got 360, that's well enough. But we let England score 390. Okay, and in second innings we were in state of bother where Bumrah and Shami had to come
score, not England. We let Root score.
We did not play that great, to be really honest, and we should not celebrate
it's
so much.
But then you can say the same about. But then you can say the same about the Australian innings also, no? Because Australian series.
But there, our side was depleted. Okay, our side was depleted. Over here, we were playing full strength. Okay, we are close to a full strength.
Fair point.
In Australia, we were playing our third string side, and there we depleted Australia's best 11. Okay.
I don't think it's a comparison between which is a better win and which is not.
So all right, okay, we won at
Still, you
Lords.
expect them to survive 60
I
overs.
think you can't.
60 overs.
You can't
I
define
think the
how much you
fact that we
celebrate after
got
a
them
win.
all out in under
In
2
52
sessions.
in 52 overs, that's an amazing
Under 2
feat.
sessions,
And
like in test
Yeah.
parlance, under 2 sessions. That's a lot.
Yeah,
and
I
the
mean,
wicket was
some
not
feat.
bad. The wicket
यार
was
मतलब
wicket went
ये
dead
वर्ल्ड टेस्ट
actually
चैंपियनशिप
after
में
the
होना
sun
चाहिए
came
था
out.
यार, वर्ल्ड टेस्ट चैंपियनशिप में होना चाहिए था अंडर 2 सेशंस to go and win the match.
New Zealand
Can't
is
lie,
the
over
final
sentiment.
frontier. I have no doubt we're
South
going to win the
Africa and New
series.
Zealand both.
South Africa is also dead, man. I mean, I don't think there's
Still, until
anything
we
New
that's
win
Zealand is
there,
the
I
final
mean,
frontier, definitely.
but I think New Zealand, the good thing that they do is they don't poke us. England and
yeah.
Australia have seen what happens when we
Yeah,
poke us.
I think you poke Kohli and then there's this animal that comes out and
No,
like, it
poking
just
Kohli is
rubs off
okay.
on
He'll anyway
everyone.
get out. Matlab, that's okay.
He
But,
also pokes a ball away.
the way he's been getting out is horrible. I think it's concerning now.
But it's
Anyway, I think we have.
Malay, but there's a question to you: have you ever seen Bumrah angry? I mean, I don't remember him getting
No,
angry.
Yeah,
no.
it was
The guy who
a
smiles.
different Bumrah. I mean, the way he was celebrating.
I'm
the
sorry,
wickets,
I
it
want to
was-
speak all over all of you, but Bumrah is one of the modern cricketers. Even when people drop catches, he doesn't abuse
He
anyone or get
smiles,
angry. He
yeah.
just smiles. You never see him sledging or doing anything untoward. And for him to get so riled up, I mean, and he took it in the right spirit, did not get angry and do something stupid, So that was just amazing to see.
Yeah, I think it was amazing. Anyway, I think we have a lot to talk about, but we'll keep it short. Let's start with the burning question. What was the turning point of this match? Was it Pujara's innings or Pujara and Rahane's innings, or was it Bumrah and Shami's performance? And was Pujara's innings a good one? I mean, that's the first thing. So we'll start with Smith, who's joined us for the first time. Welcome, brother. Great to have you. We'll start with Smith.
Yeah,
Smith, what do you
thanks. Same
think?
here.
What do you think?
Yeah, first of
Pujara
all,
ka
thanks
innings
for
was-
first of all, thanks for inviting me. It's my first time here. I've
Yeah.
seen you guys through your YouTube channel and whenever Pranav shares the link. But this is my first time here, like watching with you, joining you for live. Yeah, coming to the turning point, I think it was the partnership between Bumrah and Shami, because that was one point where Pant was gone and you thought that England could take on India and finish the tail off as soon as possible. And we've seen historically where the tail goes with regards to the story for the tail goes with regards to the for India. So I think it was about that time where England would have felt, and you could see that in their body language, wherein how they were reacting to the performances and all that. So I think that's when you felt that India was kind of under pressure. You could see that from Kohli's reaction also. So in the one got out, but I think the way Bumrah and Shami I think they made 89 runs for that partnership.
Yeah.
And they really, they first of all removed the chances of a win for England, because chasing 270 plus on that pitch and in 2 sessions was out of question. So they kind of made it possible for India to then attack, and then that's when I think the match turned.
So my question, and I'll ask it more openly. India's number 3 batting 206 balls in a day, and you still don't have. I mean, you're still in trouble. I mean, basically, when Pujara had gotten out, India were not out of trouble. So yeah, let's go with Pranav. Pranav wants to go first.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's his favorite topic, I think.
It's good
Yes.
to sit Jay after that.
I mean, look, man, both Pujara and Rahane have been great servants to Indian team for a number of years, but the two of them, like I said, they were both playing for their place yesterday. I mean, okay, you had to see out a bit of difficult situation because 56 for 3, India could have collapsed, but it just looked like the scoreboard was never moving, and the two of them were they just decided to play for a draw, try and first ensure India will not lose or what, I don't know, but at least Ajinkya did try and attack a bit after he hung in there, and so maybe he was showing some decent signs. But Pujara, I mean, he just kept getting stuck at the crease, and when he tried to score runs, he got a brute of a delivery. And even Uday was saying the same thing, and we all say it, if you just stay there hoping that you'll just survive, you will get some unplayable delivery and get out. And
even the field
look,
placement, I mean, they put a slip earlier with a helmet aage taki, because they were expecting something like that.
So Pujara has done, like I said, really well over the years, but this series really is going to ask a lot of questions about him. I mean, that partnership, like you said, should have put India in a commanding position. And my fear was that if both of them got out after just holding on for so long, what would India's condition be? And as you saw, then Jadeja got an unplayable delivery as good as, and we were in
Moeen Ali
deep
was
trouble.
great,
And
yeah.
like Smith said, if not for that Bumrah Shami partnership, yep, we were 1-0 down. So yeah, this is very concerning for me, and I don't know now next games how he'll perform. I hope he performs well, but it's really 41 of 206 on a wicket, which was not really that difficult. I mean, once the sun came out and all, it was quite placid. And yeah, England bowled some good lines and length, but I'm sorry.
Same wicket where England lost like
Yeah,
10 wickets
Yeah,
in two
England
sessions.
had
So
lost
they're not.
mentally, and one
England
more
lost
thing,
mentally. They were done.
I think that was
you
Joe Root scored
cannot
180 on the same pitch.
you
Okay.
it
cannot
was an average
compare
inning, which looked
Rory
it
Burns,
was
Dom
yeah.
Sibley, Hasib Hamid, the quality that they have versus the quality, supposed
You should
quality
compare
that
Pujara
England
with
has.
Joe Root, not with other England
Yeah, I
batters. Come on.
mean, yeah,
Fair
I
enough.
mean,
Yeah, England
anyway,
collapsing was
Yes,
not a surprise, really.
let's move to Siddharth. Siddharth, what do you think about Pujara's innings? Burning topic.
I think I think it was an average inning. I respect that, but it's been criticized so much because of his recent form. Like when he came in with the lead at 29, we were effectively 20 and for 3, right? And at that position, obviously, like Pujara himself, he must be low on confidence. For himself, he wanted to be on the crease. I can expect that, right? Like he had literally one like he had 5 sessions like literally in his hand, like, and they were like we don't have batting, right? And he knows that we have like 4 tail-enders. Although like Bumrah Shami pulled off madness, but I think he did decent. I'm not praising him for saying he played a really good inning, but I'm really happy for him considering.
He's played for himself. Is that what you want to say?
No, I would disagree. Like Malay, the thing here is like if you remember Australia's our match against Australia when we were at Gaba, right, where we chased down a sizable amount of total on the last day. Now, I'm not saying it was a great innings by any measure. I think it was a decent, nothing outstanding. It was a normal innings, but doesn't need to be criticized as much. What Pujara and Rahane also to an extent did was take time out of the game. So, for example, if India had to, if Pujara and Rahane had batted quicker, maybe scored like 20 odd runs more in their partnership, but if India would have lost wickets also faster, that gives England a chance to attack on the last day. If like, for example, if you're giving them something to chase for 290 on the last day, even they might as well as go for it, given the fact that then Butler and Moeen Ali and all of them might play the T20. Yeah, Bairstow. Yeah, they can attack and they can say, if you're saying the wicket did not have much for it, if they're playing fearlessly, they might have gone for the win.
No,
So
but
I think
still,
in a test match, when
but
a match
the point
is
was
going
not.
to the fifth day,
I think that's the important point.
Yeah,
which
but we
you
don't
yourself
have that
said,
kind of.
But the point is, if you look at England's bowling,
Hmm.
only Mark Wood was actually causing any trouble. Anderson was having an off day. He was still pissed about what happened the previous day. And we never looked like we were trying to move the scoreboard and put pressure. I mean, we were just trying to just
that's what I'm
hang in
saying. They were
there.
trying to bat time. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't.
But
Did
there was
you
so
need
much
to
time
bat
left
time
in the
after
game.
But you
There was
can't-
so much
in the
time in the
second
game.
half.
Why? That's the whole point. Now you remove time, England's chances of winning go further down.
But
The
Darshil, you
longer the
yourself
England
said
gets
But then
one
to
they
bat.
point.
got out. But then they
Darshil,
both
you
got
said
out in quick succession. So that put India
Darshil
again
said one
into
point
a
which is very
hand
important.
position.
Darshil said कि Pujara और Rahane अगर 20-30 runs extra करते, तो we would have gotten a chance to win the match. Okay,
No,
and that's what
correct.
happened when Pujara didn't score those 20-30 extra runs in 206 balls which he played. Okay, and that's the thing which we have been talking in our group as well, that कितने ज़्यादा balls खेल ले रहा है, but he's not scoring runs. All right, Test cricket have not need run rate and all that is all fine. Okay, but end of the day, if you don't convert those starts into a big score, then probably it's as good as wasting the time, wasting the overs. So that's the point. If you see his scores from last 2-3 years, he has not scored a single 100, not even a single 100. Okay, 3 साल से. His last
Just
century
like
was in
Kohli.
2019. Rahane के compare कर लो,
कोहली की भी ऐसी
ठीक है. Rahane has also been bad, but he's converting those stars. If you see
But
Melbourne
Rahane
Test, he
was
scored
streaky. I mean, he gave up the easy chance that was
Rahane
dropped.
is a
scored
streaky
7
player,
runs
to be
more.
honest. Rahane is a
Rahane
streaky
scored
player, to
7
be
runs
honest.
more.
He does,
That's the difference.
live on the edge a bit. As much
No,
as
but
one likes
Rahane
watching
he
him
was
stroke
dropped
the ball.
also. But yeah, I mean, I think Ishwar hasn't spoken yet, so we'll go to him. Ishwar, what do
Give him
you
a
think?
chance.
What do you think about Pujara's innings? And one thing is, obviously we don't actually have options. Really don't see anyone except Suryakumar who can come into the side.
Where's Piyush?
That's a
Suryakumar.
lot. That's a lot of big leap of faith.
Yeah, so you don't really have an option, so I'm pretty sure he's going to play. But
We
my
have
straight
Prithvi Shaw
question,
waiting in the wings. I mean, come
he
on,
can't
Prithvi
play
Shaw can
three.
play
But
somewhere.
my straight
He,
question to you, Ishwar, is did Pujara play for his spot rather than play for India?
I don't think he played for his spot, or did he play for India. He just played how he knows to play. So I don't think we can expect anything else from someone like a Pujara, because he has those technical limitations and his flaws. But yeah, I would like see, even with his drop in average and everything, he still averages 46, and he just scored 45. And that innings has been praised like as if he scored some 90, 100. I really don't get it, because it's a below average innings even
No
by
one's
the standard season
No
right
one's
now.
Fully
complaining, but there's
agree.
no
yeah,
No
no
one
one's
is
praising
praising
it.
that.
Everyone's
innings.
criticizing it.
And
yeah.
and then like I completely agree with what we are criticizing him for, because yes, when you're there as a set batter, especially on such a challenging wicket, which was doing, yes, I do agree, yes, it was doing a lot, it was 29 for 3, blah blah sub, okay, take the first 100 balls, take the first 80 balls, whatever, but after that at least start attacking the loose deliveries. At least that was the only it was my only concern throughout that innings. Other than that, yes, it was a good innings. Like, yeah, he knows to play only one way and he stuck to it. That is fine with me. But the
Didn't
only
England put a leg side fielder for him because they know he's strong there, and even that he was
exactly,
not able to get
In his last
exactly.
80 balls, he scored 30 runs, which is aggressive for a guy like Pujara. Like he was like 12 or 17 in the first like 120 balls.
He was
And then
0
in
of
his next
Yeah,
80
35.
yeah.
balls,
Yeah,
He
he
got
was
an
and
about
in his
applause
next
for a
80 balls, he
match.
scored
I
he
mean,
scored like
No,
30
but then
runs.
again, no, but then again, there comes the question: how did he score those 30 runs? What are his scoring shots? He scored them through like he just like
That
I remember
that
how he
doesn't
scored those
matter.
30 runs. He got 4 boundaries through the third man region where there's no fielder ever.
Yeah,
When he
but
was not
because
in
he was
control.
playing with soft hands. You
What
were
are
saying,
his
no, he has to
scoring
drive for
shots?
aesthetic.
You
So
cannot
you're
mention
saying
but
if he does
that
not
Yeah, but
have
I
a
as
think
cover
scoring
drive,
shots.
then runs are
Kohli,
not
but
going
the
in.
Kohli went to
point
That's
drive
what
for
is,
he's saying.
okay,
aesthetic, defend aesthetic, got
no, no,
out.
no.
it's
I
not
don't
about
think
aesthetics.
that
I think
he
one of the
scored it is
major
as
problems about
important.
Pujara is that he has not improved in the areas of scoring. I think in the last
Yeah,
2 years.
he doesn't have
Yeah,
shots.
I
that's
think
That's
that is something
Exactly.
that has not been highlighted enough, because his one of his trademark shots which he played in that innings of his was the cut shot, and that's the
Square
one that
cut.
he plays. And after that, yeah, and then that weird looking straight drive that he plays, which just I don't know, like it doesn't look like a straight drive, it just looks like a scoop, but it goes for a straight drive, and that's all he
actually
plays.
even
And
his
then that,
cut shot he could not hit for four. That was really, really, surprising. I mean,
yeah,
that shows
exactly.
his
So
level of
That's
confidence.
the
yeah,
mindset. He
I
does
think,
not
No,
have the
he
yeah,
actually
mindset
had
I
a
to
mean,
good
attack.
over
I mean,
five. He
whatever
hits for
the
four.
whatever
He
the
even pulled out the
whatever the
pull shot.
output from that shot,
He
yeah,
even
I,
pulled out the pull
output
shot
from,
before he just got out.
yeah,
So
yeah,
he
yeah.
yeah,
was
yeah,
freeing his
he
arm.
did
So,
pull it out. But my point is
but
that
I think he has to innovate on his level of scoring, right?
Maybe
And
that's why
especially
he
even
signed
if
for
you
Chennai Super Kings.
yeah,
Right now
that's what I
making
was going
big
to say.
shots.
If he's signed for the IPL, then he has to in reinvent, because I
no,
mean,
I
there's
don't
no
think he's
problem
going to get
bringing
a
some.
chance in the IPL anyway.
Yeah,
No, but I
But
think just playing
Even
in the
if
nets
it,
maybe.
he has to play
but
as
he
if
was
he's going to
making
play the match, right?
my point on Pujara has always been, if you are India's number three, and if you bat 200, 250 deliveries, then you have to take India to a situation where India is in a winning position.
commanding position,
That
absolutely.
that that never happens with him.
That's
I
true.
mean, the game
But
is
I think there is a
there.
Never is a wrong state.
I mean,
I
made
have
Very
it
a kind of
recently.
I have a sort of
okay, Smith,
unpopular
Smith, yeah.
opinion here. I think Indian batsmen, like if you look at the batting order we are used to from during Dravid and all those people, the Dravid, Sachin, Ganguly, Sehwag, and all those people, they had a kind of this flexibility or versatility where they could defend and attack, and like Lakshman was a perfect example of that. His defenses were good enough, even though he struggled in English conditions, but I think he had that ability to score. But
Mhm.
we don't have those kind of batsmen now, in the sense that Rohit Sharma can do that, KL Rahul can do that, but they they are not reliable openers. So I think that
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean way they have played in this series,
We can't really
but
say
they
that
are
came
not
alive.
reliable.
Come on.
I mean,
They
Two
they
just,
you
they
look
tests,
just
at the
played for
two
20
records,
tests,
years,
two
22
tests so
overs,
far.
right? Come on,
two
two
tests. I
tests.
mean,
But KL Rahul is a
I
good
agree. That's
example
what
I
I'm
want
saying.
to
They're
give.
amazing.
And
Ra-
performed well in
KL
two
Rahul
tests.
I was
Rohit
completely
Sharma
against
has
his
been
selection, but
performing
I'm
well
glad that
overseas for the
he
last
performed.
7-8 tests. We can't really call him an unreliable opener
The
anymore.
thing, no,
I
the thing
really
is he's not
disagree with that
consistent.
statement.
No, the thing is he's not consistent enough to be called a reliable opener. I'm not saying he cannot open and play long innings, but it's just that he's not consistent enough to be called, like he can't score 50 plus or more or 40 plus in a series. for a long period of time, in my opinion. So I felt that for Pujara, you need someone in Pujara. You have someone who does not score at that rate that you need to score at as a number 3 in tests, but he at least doesn't lose his wicket, and then that's why you had someone like Pant, because that is the calculation this Indian team is going with. So
Yeah, but you needed your
Actually,
number
Rahul is
9 and
actually
10.
feast or famine. Rahul's test career has always been feast or famine. He scores either a 50
No, but
or a
this
single
is
figure, and
but
बीच
this
का
is
कुछ नहीं है.
Rahul version 2. I mean,
Yeah,
definitely
so
after
improved
hopeful.
Rahul.
yeah, this is
Actually,
not
even
Yeah, I
if
mean, he
he
does.
score
Something that
7,
Rahul Gandhi could not do, KL Rahul did. Reinvented
He does
himself.
what Nitish Rana does in IPL for KKR. He just scores a 50, then a 0, then a 50, then a 0. It just
Why
go
bring
on
Nitish
for
Smith is
Rana?
a
for
KKR
his whole
fan.
test
He's a
career.
KK.
Why
Smith is a
bring
KKR
Nitish Rana?
tragic.
Yeah.
So actually,
Anyway,
KL Rahul.
anyway.
One thing I'd like to mention.
Yeah.
KL Rahul was 17 of 83 or 84 when Rohit was, on his merry way, but he managed to up his strike rate once he got set, and that is what
Yeah.
is, the
That's
problem.
what
It's
is
like
expected.
KL,
You take 70,
yeah,
80 balls, it's
KL is
fine.
not
But
even considered a test player even by me recently, but he's able to, get out of that first or
wish.
second
Pranav's
gear,
list
and
There
of
are
test
Pujara
many
players
is
is very
players who are
small.
stuck in
doing that.
second
True,
gear.
that's true.
Pranav's list of test players is very small. Like
Very
I don't
small.
know
His
how.
list of
Exactly.
cricketers is
He
very
does
small.
not consider
His
Yes.
list of cricketers is very small, not just
Smith
test
knows that
players.
very well.
He has probably like
okay.
3 names up there. That's it, and one of them is
Correct.
Sachin.
Yes.
Sachin to chalo. Anyway,
No,
let's move on
Sachin
to
is
the next.
1, 2, and 3 actually.
Let's move on to the other side. What can England change? I mean, we've spoken about India. We'll finish after speaking
Everything.
about India as well in the next part of this. But very quickly, what can England change? We'll start with Siddharth. Siddharth, what do you think England can change? Obviously, I think bowling is fine. They've been doing okay.
That is the de
Yeah.
facto English representative studying from there. So
What
Change
what
their
what do they
captain.
change? Can they change anything now?
It has to be the batting, man. Like, can they change? They have to change. Like, obviously,
Arey, but what is the
like I
option?
don't know what are they doing. Like, their county cricket was they have like firstly so many counties. Like every time I go to cricket buzz, there's some county game going on. Like every time the season.
They have
Right?
18
And what are they
counties,
doing?
if
Like,
I'm not mistaken.
Does it?
Yeah, but
I
that's-
have a very interesting stat. So both Rory Burns and Dom Sibley, they average more than 50 against full balls. Pretty much anything apart from that,
Okay.
they average less than 20. So
I think you could look at Sibley. Look at
They
Sibley
are-
this
they
myself
are-
down the leg side.
Sibley to alag
I
hi-
think-
but the
I
problem
think
is, I
this,
think
like-
they have perfected with their weird technique. They've perfected trying to play one kind of deliveries or one kind of balls. And once there is a bit of variation,
That's
They
fine,
can
but
barely be called a technique, in my opinion. Both of them.
Build the
if you
Pujara
look at
champion,
cricketers
right?
with like orthodox techniques, I don't see anyone who's become very big. Like except Steve Smith, obviously. Except Steve Smith, that's what I'm saying.
Dhoni,
So like there are so many. I wouldn't say like he has a very orthodox technique.
Dhoni had
for
a
Test
very
cricket.
unorthodox technique.
He's very
He
unorthodox.
was
Yeah,
And he
but
works.
Dhoni's batting style in Test cricket was like come down the track and like punch plus Pujara.
I think
He'll
but
come
not
down the
compared to
track
Yeah,
and
Burns or
hit
exactly.
on the chest. He'll
I
come
mean,
down
he
the track.
just
and
Just
hit on
had
the
very
chest.
good hand. Dhoni had good hand-eye coordination.
since 2016 as well. वहाँ पे भी डिफेंड ही करता था वो. Ishwar would agree, I think.
Mhm.
Right, Ishwar?
Yeah.
Anyway, Siddharth, continue. What can England change? Do they have anyone?
No, but at least for the next test, I
Ollie
think like
Pope?
Ollie Pope is available. So he
Yeah.
he
They've
walks
called
into the
Chris
squad.
Wokes as well, by the
I
way.
Zach Crawley maybe.
He should be there.
Yeah, Chris
I
Wokes
think
might
think for
replace
them, their top
Aaron
three,
though.
their top three is the biggest thing, right? Because when the Root walks in at 4, if Root is coming in when the top three have already added like 100 runs or even 80 runs, yeah, that himself gives him so much confidence because the form Root is in. I'm pretty sure like he's confident that he'll score a 50. So like if the three before him can at least add 80, not even like they end up adding like 30, and then the Root comes in and does like everything, right? So I genuinely think like drop Sibley. Open with Burns and Haseeb. I don't know why I like Haseeb.
I have a better
like
solution.
Haseeb. I think he should be.
Wait, just chill. Wait, we'll
Go
come
ahead.
to you.
We'll go to Smith next with this raising his hand.
Yeah, I think with regards to when he said Pope, I forgot about him. Yeah, Pope is a good option. In fact, I don't know why he plays at number 6 or whatever position. I
They're
forgot he plays at.
protecting him is what they were saying. The experts they don't want him to be exposed to the top order and fail. So they're going the Ian Bell.
They
route.
see him as a
Mentally scarred in
future.
the
Yeah.
He's one of the better players that England have among the youngsters. I don't see why he plays for 6. He should play at number 3, I think, because even though he would fail initially, but I think he's a better option than all the options that they have right
Yeah,
now.
Asif Hamid was also batting like a tail ender.
Even Rory was had a
Hamid should
decent
open, I
first
think.
innings, to be fair.
Isn't he an opener?
Burns
He
had a
opens.
decent first
Yeah,
innings.
Hamid should
and
open, in my opinion. Hamid should open. Pope should be 3. Root should be 4, ideally, in my opinion. And then after that,
All
that's
these
what I
guys
think
will
should
look
happen.
good on
Apart from
paper, but
selection
when they
decisions,
face,
two things which England should improve is number one, their DRS. Joe Root has taken horrible DRS, like even worse than Virat Kohli.
Desperate
We
reviews.
criticized Virat Kohli, but he actually took really nice reviews in second innings. But Joe Root was very poor at that. And second thing was especially when Shami and Bumrah were
Catching.
batting, the field setting was not right. I felt.
And just even catching in general, that in general catching, their catching has been horrible.
I read a comment from Jeffrey Boycott. He said that Joe Root was trying to injure the bowlers more than try to take the wickets. Shami and Bumrah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Actually focus on taking wickets, perhaps they could have won the test
Wanted
match.
to massage
So
Anderson's
it was actually a brain-fed moment from captaincy point of view. If Joe Root improves his captaincy in coming matches, England may have a chance. I'm not really sure about their strength, their bench strength. Probably the England side is not as good as Indian side, but Joe Root has to improve on his captaincy.
Not even.
I think
So
the biggest-
England can
Darshil wants
take
to
a
say,
England can take a leaf out of the history books. So last time in 2014 when we lost 3-1, England had drawn the first test match. The second test match was won by India, and then they called someone called Sir Alistair Cook, who is still 36 by the way.
Yeah,
He's
he's
still
still
plays
playing
for
for
merrily.
He's still
He was dropped
Yeah.
by Jadeja at third slip.
Yeah,
Sir
that's
Alistair
okay.
Cook can be called. I mean, I still think he is an upgrade on all the other options England has. To be fair,
Correct.
to be really, really fair. Come on, Pranay, you can't disagree on that. That
Currently,
Alistair
yeah.
Cook will be.
Bring back
Will be
Michael
a better
Atherton from the
choice than-
com box. Even he can do a better job. I'm certain.
Yeah, that's true. That's
That
true.
will be a bit of a stretch, but I mean, why not just request Cook to come
Hey,
back?
Athers
and
is a
play out?
United fan. Show some love to him. Show some love.
So yeah, I think that can be a genuine. I'm not even talking about it in a funny manner. I think England can genuinely ask Alistair Cook to come and open a couple of innings just for fun's sake.
It's anyway 0 for
I
1.
think
and they're starting with one of
exactly.
Yeah.
Might let's try someone new. Ollie Pope walks in for me. You can see that I think there's Zach Crowley and Dan Williams. Someone from that, at least those two can also try and do something. Hasib Ahmed is nice, but at 3 he's going to be eaten alive by this current Indian bowling pace attack.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I still
I
think Rory Burns did
Against the
decently
same
in
bowling
the
attack, he
first
scored
innings,
100
so
in
he
the
should
warm-up
play.
game. The same bowling attack. And I think like he's comfortable opening. So why are you changing?
He's an
him?
opener.
Like, I
He
think they
opened
should,
even in India when he
yeah,
debuted.
I think they should drop Sibley, just drop Sibley, because I think Sibley and Burns have been given such a long run and they're so inconsistent. Like they feel like they have no competition. I feel like they need to realize that they have a lot of competition behind them.
Who was
Which is-
that left
but
field?
I have one
wacky
point to
opener
make
England
actually,
had
which
tried
might
and
be
failed
slightly.
miserably?
Sorry?
That who was that Ekdam T20 batsman that England tried as opener? Roy.
Ben Duckett.
David Mullen.
David Moore.
Ben Duckett.
Roy.
Jason Roy.
Alex
Roy.
Hales. Alex
They
Hales.
tried him in the
Roy,
Ashes. No, they tried him straight away
No,
in
but
the
I have
Ashes.
one more point to add here.
I have
Ah,
one
yes.
point on England's attitude. Oh,
Okay, first we'll go with Ishwar, then we'll go to Pranav.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Yeah, all right. See, I think that if you keep changing teams for every one match, see, I do agree that Rory Burns or Dom Sibley, they don't have the solid techniques or they don't look too good on the eye. But if you look at any team in the world right now whose openers are doing well, if you comparatively look at that scale, these guys are not doing so bad. So I think instead of just changing your test for every match, I think England made the right decisions with their batting or whatever for this test. Just that they just collapsed magically on the last day. That's it. So I think they should just persist for one more test, maybe.
Their
Someone
openers
like your
collapse
Hope.
I don't think it was
every test
magical,
they're 20 for
but
2.
There is
Yeah.
nothing
No, but-
magical.
Every test
This
they're
England
20 for 2.
Yeah.
Yes,
content does it.
one thing that you must note is that England were in a winning position till
Exactly.
start
At 209
of
for
game
it,
5.
they definitely were.
So they were in a winning position
Yeah,
with this.
that is what I want to
Obviously,
add.
a big factor of that was that out of the 400 runs that they made by then, 200 were made by Joe Root. So that's obviously a big factor. So that's there, but I don't know if they can find anyone.
Yeah.
Who can
No, see,
contribute.
there was one more mistake which Joe Root made in this test, which was at the end of day 4, like while he was batting on 180, he chose to
Day
give the
3, you
last
mean?
2 balls of the day. Yeah, sorry, on day 3, he chose to give the last 2 balls of the day to Jimmy Anderson.
yeah.
So I didn't really get the logic behind that because he was the batsman who was set. He was the one who has to ensure that England bats longer. So once you go back in, then you come back fresh the next day. Jimmy Anderson would have like played a little more better.
It's not
He was rattled
entirely
by
his
the
fault because Joe Root is not used to batting with the tail, and that's really an art. Even we've seen even Jadeja batting at 7 struggles to do that. So it's not easy to bat with the tail. And
Punt was
I
decent
don't
though.
think Root has batted too much with the tail. So 2 balls to survive was not actually the worst move. It just happens,
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
difficult to bat with the tail.
Yeah.
You can't.
I think only
But
Rohit
what I
Sharma
think
currently has
England's
the experience of batting with the tail because the entire lineup from
Yeah.
3 down is a tail ender for India. So
I
Yeah,
think
Pranav, you
one
wanted
big
to
thing
make a point,
England has to change their approach to Test cricket because there was a time we used to say England was serious about Tests and not ODIs and T20s, and they used to take Test match mindset there. Now they're doing the opposite. Like in India, on
Nostalgia.
the India tour, they were going on with all these scientific methods. Johnny Bairstow walking his dog in bitter cold Yorkshire suddenly comes to searing Ahmedabad to play Akshar Patel on a turning track with the pink ball.
What is the
Moeen
story
Ali's
Gets out first ball. Gets out first ball.
you would be
walking your
Akshar
dog to
Patel.
he would have got a
Ahmedabad?
king pair
What a
if he had not reviewed. Then Moeen Ali is
Yeah.
smacking people around in the 100, and suddenly he's brought back in a Test match just because the opposition is India and he has the best strike rate amongst bowlers. I mean, he did okay, but the thing is, he's not in a mindset to play Test cricket at that time. He's playing the 100. And David Malan, on the other hand, has had a very good red ball season. And another couple of openers David Lloyd was mentioning. And these guys who are playing red ball cricket, these guys should be given a chance. You're bringing in somebody who's not even in the mindset to play Test cricket. And then even in India, he played
Yeah.
a second Test and was sent home. I mean, England really do not have an idea what they want to do with Test cricket this year because they have prioritized the T20 World Cup ahead of everything. So, I mean, and of course, their Jimmy Anderson, really, his attitude at this age was really, really poor. I mean, he got so angry at that little thing that they decided that, okay, let's take revenge for him. And he was not even bowling himself to Bumrah. He was enjoying 45 minutes of asking Mark Wood and co to come and, hit our bowlers. And then
While
they're
being
chatting
injured.
away and they're chatting away and sledging and whatnot. I mean, it doesn't suit somebody like Joe Root. I mean, he's not the kind who actually sledges much, and suddenly
Yeah,
they
yeah.
did all this. I mean,
I think that was horrible. Like one of the worst types of tactics I've seen in recent times in cricket, not just Test cricket. Because what were they doing? I mean, 45 minutes there's no fielder near in the short leg or in the slips on the leg slip.
Is the
We
huge
missed the
streak.
boundary. It seemed like
But I
it,
think
it
it
seemed
builds
like it
up
was
the
a T20
series.
match with required run rate at 10 runs to go. So that's what it seemed like.
It builds up the series very well. Like this, like going on to the next 3
Yeah,
matches
yeah.
from this test with the sledging and like everything. I think
Yeah,
it'll be
but
a really
I
good
don't know
build-up.
if England will be able to keep it up because they'll be very demotivated. Which brings me
Yeah.
to the next part of the next topic of
Siraj
discussion here, which exactly. How good is Mohammad Siraj? I mean, it has been such a long time before after I've seen someone. I feel he still does a little over, but still, I mean, someone's so passionate, someone's so charged up.
He had his Mushfiqur
yeah.
moment in the first innings, but still, that I can forgive
With the
him. He's
How good is Mohammad Siraj really? We'll start with Ishwar, who's actually seen him like right through the ranks at Hyderabad. So yeah, we'll start with Ishwar here.
Yeah, actually, like it was very heartening to see Mohammad Siraj do so well. Like he's coming back from a successful Australia too, so all eyes are more on him now. Can he perform well in England? Can he perform well in everywhere else? So, and it was amazing to see a bowler. Exactly, and to come and to perform like that at Lords and to pick up to 4 wicket hauls in 2 consecutive innings is, I don't think it's a normal feat. And yes, I was really happy to see how he progressed through the ranks, and especially what I love about him is his passion towards the game. It never dies. He always gives it his 100% irrespective of the game situation. So yeah, we can say that his whatever he does on the field or his aggression is sometimes a little bit much, but also whenever if you remove that aggression from Siraj, he's not the same player. So that is why I think like that is needed for him. And
but we haven't ever seen
really
that in the IPL when he was going to when he was getting it for 60 runs in 4 overs. We have never seen that. So this is a different Siraj. I mean, that's it.
Well, I think that shows that we should play people in the right format because
there was an
it shows what good can happen to players when they move out of Kohli's captaincy even for brief times.
Right. That's he.
Yeah,
He
if we
debuted
won
under
captain.
Rahane.
We'll
One
move to
Ajinkya Rahane
Yeah,
for
that's
3
true.
matches has turned around Siraj's career.
we'll move to Uday.
There was an interview.
Yeah,
with
because
Ashwini
before that he
where-
was a
where
newborn, right?
Siraj-
I'm
We'll
not
go
a
to
Kohli
Uday.
fan, I'm
Uday,
just
Uday,
saying.
tell me.
I'm not a Kohli fan, I'm just being the devil's
I
advocate.
know, we just for fun.
None of us
He's
are Kohli
fantastic.
fans. How can
Yeah.
anyone be a fan of Kohli?
That's
I'm not
extreme,
yet.
Malay.
I'm
That's
not
I'm surprised
extreme.
Kohli didn't come up. Kohli didn't come up in this whole
He'll come up.
podcast.
He'll come up towards the
I'm
end.
so surprised by that.
He'll come up towards the end.
No, but
Anyway,
this
we'll go
time
to
we'll
Uday.
praise him,
Uday,
right?
how good is Mohammad Siraj, and have we really found the next generation? Or I mean, yeah, I mean, he is probably who's
Can't
going to
really
carry
call
the
him
attack
next
for
leader.
the
I think
next
he's 27, 28, right? He's 28-year-old. Can't really call him
He's
next
the next
generation.
leader.
next
Next
leader
leader
of
of
the
the
next
pace
I mean,
Nishant, next
I'm
something
very
like that.
delighted with his performance right from the Australian series. There were also calls for him to be included in the WTC side, and if you look back at things, I think he should have been included in that side. The way he has performed
Blunder.
so far in English conditions.
Blunder by Virat Kohli.
I think he is now making the case to be in India's top 3 bowlers in any conditions. I haven't really seen him play in India, but the way he bowls with the red ball, I
He was
think
good.
No,
He
he's
bowled well.
amazing in India as well. Versus
in our
Australia and
bowling
all.
attack, fast bowling attack. Probably we can rotate one of Mohammad Shami, Ishan Sharma,
He was good
or
enough
Mohammad
on the
Bumrah based on their workload. But Siraj has to be there with the kind of energy and passion which he has. Of course, DRS काफी गंदा लेता है वो, and he has
Do
power
not
to
review
Only
Siraj. DRSs do not review Siraj.
But
I think there was one of the calls where Siraj was bowling and Kohli was animated. Siraj was animated, and then they both were.
then Pant is
This
like,
is the
"Nahi,
worst
nahi,
kind of
mat."
a consulting group to ask for DRS because they're just completely gonna get it wrong. Like, who are you going
Hey
to
guys,
ask for that?
don't forget Ashwin and Jadeja. These two are the worst viewers.
Yeah,
ever,
yeah,
especially Jadeja.
Underrated.
Not Jadeja.
Everything is
Ashwin,
out.
not Jadeja. Ashwin.
Even
Yes,
Jadeja
yes,
is
more,
very
Ashwin
bad.
is
Hey,
very
not Ashwin, man. Ashwin does
Serial
Ashwin is
abuser of
also hot.
DRS. Coming to
Ashwin,
Ashwin,
everything
Ishwar, how do you feel about your idol Ravichandran Ashwin possibly not getting
Being
even
a
one
benchy.
test match in this series? I don't
Benchy.
see him coming back to this side now. I mean, where does he come back?
See,
But
it's
I think
not
we
a yeah, see, it's
Go
not
ahead,
a
Ishwar.
big deal if it's not a big deal if you don't get to see him play or anything. I'm sure if he would have played, he would have definitely got at least 5 to 6 wickets in this game because there was a lot of help for the spinners, especially in the second innings.
Should have won it
If you
But
see.
that he needs to
So,
bowl. Kohli will
and
not
we
give him
always
the
have-
call if
no.
Siraj and Bumrah are bowling so well. No?
Nahi, but we already have
Nishant
someone
as
like
well.
Rory Burns who is a free wicket.
Bumrah's
Rory Burns
probably-
hai, Dom Sibley hai.
But
ये दोनों
till
का
the
तो
time
ले ही
Ashwin
लेगा,
comes,
Ashwin,
till the
ले
time
लेगा.
Ashwin comes, they'll already
They
be
will-
New
out.
ball डालेगा, bro.
They'll
Bro,
all be
he won
gone
new
by
ball.
themselves.
Virat
New
Kohli
ball
will
will be
sprung
gone
up a
from the side.
surprise.
They'll be
Virat
gone from
Kohli
the
will
side only.
sprung up a surprise. Virat Kohli
Only
will
at
sprung
the
up a
Oval,
Virat
yes.
Kohli is not
Only
Rahane.
at-
He won't bowl Ashwin with the new ball. I don't think so.
Might play at the Oval, yeah. I don't think he plays at Leeds at all.
Yeah, he might play at the
No.
Oval.
Traditionally,
Headingly, no chance. Headingly, no chance. But yeah, Oval, yeah, maybe he can.
Hmm.
Let's see.
Anyway, last part of the podcast and my favorite part. What is wrong with Virat Kohli?
Nothing is wrong, man. He was an amazing. He did
I'll go
amazing
first. I'll
captaincy.
go first.
What is and how is nothing wrong if your best batsman is averaging 22, 23 in the last 2 years? How is nothing wrong? He's forgotten how to score 100. It's been
50
2
at
years.
this stage.
He lost his wicket
I
to
think we
Sam
can go
Curran,
off and
who's got a
Pranav will keep
little
talking. But we
pies.
can
I
just
mean,
go.
I mean, imagine there was a time where we thought,
no. You
okay, in
should
the
wait
next
to
3,
hear
4
Malay.
years,
Malay is
Oh,
the
okay,
biggest Virat
okay.
Kohli admirer.
there was a
Hey, go ahead,
time
Malay.
when he was at 70 hundreds and we felt okay, in a couple of 3, 4, 5 years he'll be crossing Sachin, obviously, and now he is at 70 for 2 full years. So it's a massive thing. I mean, and anyway, his averages now speak for himself. The way he got out to Sam Curran, Sam Curran was probably
Bowling
the worst.
pies.
Yeah, I mean,
Bowling
he
pies all
bowled the
match.
worst across the 2 test matches. Even batting, I think he looks really short on confidence. Maybe saving himself for the IPL. But yeah, what is wrong with Virat Kohli? I think
धोनी से मैसेज
think-
आ गया लगता है.
This was one test where everyone contributed except Virat Kohli. Like literally everyone
Virat
contributed.
Kohli did contribute, right?
42.
Two reviews.
He did not everyone
Okay,
was contributing.
so
Exactly.
now
Scored in the first
we are
innings.
going to
That
count.
did not for Kohli,
He
man.
built a
Now we are going to
partnership.
count reviews
I
as
disagree.
contribution, and the same thing.
He
is
only
scored
contribution
40 in
was
the
Sanju.
first innings with Rahul.
He
42
scored
in the
42
first
first
innings.
innings.
42.
Not like he got out under
There's
10. He
lots of-
scored 42 in first innings. You can't say that he cannot. He didn't
No,
contribute
but
at
when
all.
the pressure was on, 42 was a no pressure first
I think
innings knock, man. I
He
mean,
should have gotten
looking at
100 in the
everyone's-
first innings, the way he was batting.
Yeah, for sure.
of a
He should
42
have. That's a
was
different thing. I mean, that's the
Yeah,
standard.
but he
he would
42 was good.
Standard
See,
which we expect from
42
Kohli.
in
That's
a
it.
isolation is
Yeah,
okay.
that's true.
Is an average innings. 42 when
Yeah.
you have not been scoring for 2 years is a problem. And then when we needed someone to step up in the second innings and we had lost a couple of early wickets, then he pokes at a 6th, 7th stump wide delivery
Yeah,
from Sam Curran. That's the problem, right? I mean, you can't ignore
Yeah,
it
man.
anymore.
100 stump line. Yeah,
I think it was IPL when we were discussing that Kohli is due and he'll get his runs and all that.
So
Like
unlike
Pujara and
unlike
Rahane, what?
Pujara and Rahane,
Hey, there's still a running bet, Malay, that
So
we might reach
unlike
71
Pujara and Rahane,
podcasts before.
Virat Kohli,
Yeah.
Virat
Before Kohli
Kohli
is
actually
100.
looks really good when he scores. Okay, Pujara and Rahane they kind of have to struggle to get their runs, but Kohli actually plays really
Is there
nice.
any
He looks
statistical
entirely
measure
in touch.
that will
And
be
then
there in a
info aa jata hai,
batsman's
then
career
the ball
graph
comes up
that
and he
says he
loses
scored
wicket.
against
Darshil,
It's more
बोलने
about
दो,
the
Darshil बोलने
Yes.
दो, बोलने दो.
No, the percentage of control is
What is
is
what's
a
the
serious-
percentage of control
No,
meaning
no.
you're not able to get 100 in 2 years, man? What does?
He's losing his focus, and it's not about his form. His form is right. Okay, his form is all right. He's playing really nice. He's getting out in similar fashion every match.
That's like
Either
Maybe
he's
his
getting a
focus is
most
not
of the
on
best
the cricket.
Oh,
no, but he
Maybe he's
has
not
fought it
focused when he's
before.
back.
No.
Yeah, I think
he has
we
fought
were
it
wrong.
before.
but
We
this
were
is
wrong. I
think
think
he
the
will
reason
fight
is
for it.
Anushka Sharma. I really think so. I think the reason is Anushka Sharma. We were missing the whole point for 7 years. So
this
I was
is
I'm
hinting
just
that.
joking. I'm just
Anushka
joking.
Sharma needs to accompany him on tours to get those runs.
she
I
is
think
there. No,
we
she
are
is
doing it the
there.
wrong way.
She has.
No, I was
she's
just
in
joking
England.
about that. But
I
I
know
think
it's
it's
a
the
joke,
mindset. I
obviously.
think that's
Kohli will
simple
never
as that.
travel anywhere without her. I mean, she is in England. Don't get that wrong.
Yeah.
I
She
have
is-
His
no
daughter is
doubt,
also
man.
there. Daughter's
Yeah.
also there. The whole family is
He was
there.
in the WTC final also. देखा था
हाँ.
मैंने भाग दिया पर.
Yeah,
Virat
but I
has
think it's the
fought it
mindset
before.
for Virat. I think it's that off stump thing coming back to haunt him in a different way.
Yeah.
I think.
This is the worst phase of his career. I mean, this is worse than 2014.
Yeah.
Because
It's
2014 was
way
one
worse.
series. One series he came back in Australia, but this is 2 years now. And
No, he
King
has fixed
Kohli
it
is,
before. He will fix it again. No need to worry.
yeah, but he has
fixed
lost.
it before.
But he has lost 2.5
You've
years
talked
of
with
his
him. You've
cricketing
talked with him
career.
or what? Did he have a call
But
with him?
Ishwar,
That he
when
told you that?
when you no need to
See.
worry, but already 2 साल हो गए हैं. If we
Hmm.
face this series, then we have World Cup coming. Then Test series against South Africa. You are saying South Africa is weak. He'll score there, but every series we're saying he'll score. He'll score,
No,
and
the
we're
thing
still
is-
not seeing it. Same old mistakes are recurring.
He's not failing completely, man.
So do you
The
want
guy
him to
is
fail
back.
completely
Whatever he's
before-
doing, he's looking dead.
Start scoring. Is that what you are hinting at?
Someone like Virat एक दो नहीं. ये कोहली है. He can single-handedly change a test match. ये पुजारा
But he
can't.
has not
Rahane
changed
can't.
But
the test
Pujara
match.
and
When-
Rahane
which
have done
test
it
match
more
has he?
recently than Kohli.
He has
Pujara
not
Hey,
changed
wait.
the test
Rahane
match
Rahane
in the
is
last
more
2
recently than
years.
Kohli.
Rahane won us the
In the
Melbourne
last 2
Test, which
years,
is 100.
exactly.
Yes.
Come on.
Melbourne won
And
was won
Lord's
by
Test
Rahane
also,
and last for
2014.
Gabba में Pujara had a pioneering role. कोहली का ऐसा कोई contribution नहीं रहा है.
हाँ,
3
Rahane
साल से.
Melbourne में भी
Your
था.
point
Gabba
is
test में
moot.
ठीक है. Darshil Pujara का भी Gabba test contribution was just 10%.
Why he was there? He absorbed
He
the
didn't
entire
single-handedly
match.
win
His
the competition.
contribution
Okay.
comes against West
Anyways.
Indies, Sri Lanka.
नहीं. Anyways,
That's where Kohli
ignoring
का
all this.
और
नहीं
See, I
कोहली
don't
का
want
है
to-
but in the past they are all in the
देखो,
past. I think this
देखो,
years में I
see.
don't think he has.
कोहली के
ऐसा
मैच
कुछ
में
भी
कंट्रीब्यूशन
नहीं है।
उसमें नहीं है, ठीक है. ईश्वर बोल दिया इमोशन में आके कि है, बट उसके मैच विनिंग कंट्रीब्यूशन टेस्ट में तो नहीं रहे.
Yeah.
Zero.
नहीं,
Even his
we have to
77
find
against
यार उसके 2 साल पहले तो रहे हैं as a batsman not as a captain.
हाँ, very
बांग्लादेश के
soon
अगेंस्ट रहे, वेस्ट इंडीज
बता
के
दो,
अगेंस्ट
very
श्रीलंका के
very
against
My
soon we
bhai.
will have to go for finding DRS for Kohli as an excuse of his contributions, like how we used to do
एक
with
second,
Dhoni
एक
earlier.
second.
Oh, how the turntables.
अरे एक
Because there is
second,
nothing
एक
that he's
second.
giving, man. That's
Maybe his
No,
DRS
no.
form
What-
translates into
what will
batting,
reach
I think.
71
That can
first?
happen.
reverse
Our
reverse.
eight
After reaching 71 first is Piyush's bet. So
Our
let's see.
podcast.
We are reaching 71 podcasts
We are
before
reaching
Kohli
71.
71. I think we are on track.
अरे see, I don't
हाँ,
want to
Ishwar,
mention
yeah.
his I don't want to mention कि उसने सेंचुरियन में 153 बनाया तब टीम का स्कोर 250 था, या इसने उस दिन पर्थ में he was the only batsman who scored more than 100 when rest of the
But
team
हार
Both
के
of
दो
those test
30.
matches.
But
na?
I
हार
don't
के
want
दो
to score. No, one second.
But you already
We lost
mentioned it.
both of those test
अरे
matches.
एक
It's not a
सेकंड,
winning
एक
contribution.
सेकंड, अरे एक
Yeah.
सेकंड भाई.
let him
See, I don't
complete,
want
let
to.
let him complete. Let him complete. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't
let
want
him-
to go. I don't want to go innings by innings. अगर वैसे जाएंगे तो भी I'm damn sure
नहीं
कोहली का
मिलेगा।
contribution कोई other batsman से ज्यादा ही रहेगा. If
नहीं
you look at
आएगा.
it as a batsman, if you look at it as a batsman, all I'm
Oh
saying
my.
is either you
Hey,
have
you
to
guys
keep
can
in
do a
mind-
separate podcast on that. That'll go
Yeah,
for
yeah.
2 hours. I'm certain
you
about
have to
that.
keep in mind. You have to keep in mind the player quality you're talking about, and he's not looking bad. हाँ, एक issue है. Yes, I also admit.
बहुत
ठीक
बड़ा
है,
issue.
issue है, and he has fought it before, and we can trust a player like him to come back. ऐसा नहीं है कि like अरे यार इसको निकाल के फेंक दो. Who will you like? Okay, ठीक है, कोहली को निकाल दिया नंबर 4 से. कौन करेगा?
We're not saying
captaincy
that.
कौन
We're
करेगा?
not
Someone
saying
will
that.
come
निकालने
ना,
की बात
सचिन
नहीं,
को
no one is
सचिन भी
saying
तो
निकाल
गया
दो.
था ना, सचिन भी तो गया था ना, we replaced him. So everyone has a replacement, man. Come on, it's nothing like
है,
that.
but I'm telling it is not needed. That is a radical move right now.
हाँ, but
ठीक है,
see,
100
we-
is a number.
We
Yes,
have
I
lost
do
the
get it.
WTC first cycle, could have made history, did nothing there. Second WTC का final जब तक आएगा, I don't know what situation he will be in. Will he be captain, not captain? I don't know. We have lost one
And
ICC.
could face Pakistan, possibly.
Yeah, we're
नहीं यार,
facing
पाकिस्तान
in
हार
our
गया
first.
recently, यार. I
Yeah,
don't think
that-
Pakistan is going to make the final.
so we've lost ODI World Cup already. We'll be losing T20 this year. So
We'll be losing
it's-
T20 World Cup this year. RC will lose one more IPL title.
I see our 10 years of
They'll keep losing. I don't think they're winning.
joy for RCB. So something has to give. I think if in the T20 World Cup India don't win, there will be serious questions from the board.
He at least needs to give up
I don't think
captaincy,
so.
if nothing else.
I
Well,
think
I don't
Kohli
think
is
he will
one-
be
that
test
Kohli is
captain.
secure.
He will continue as a test captain. Probably if he does not win T20 World Cup, then questions would come upon his limited over captaincy. But
Yeah,
test
yeah.
mein to he's been fine as a captain.
Yeah,
No
sure.
doubt.
He's been very good in tests as a
But
captain.
I think with regards
But-
to what Kohli, he will stay captain for at least the next 1.5 years or something. I don't think he's going anywhere.
He has been great
what
in Test
happens.
cricket because India's squad is at least 2 to 3 times better than any other competing squad in World
That's
Test
true.
cricket right now.
Absolutely
I mean,
true.
Megan take Australia maybe are close, but I mean,
But I
we have
think
to give
one,
credit to India.
how much ever I criticize Kohli, one thing that I would like to say is that, like, one positive from his test captaincy is that the focus on pace attack and aggressive.
Yeah, sure.
So that is one positive, which I think has contributed a lot. You can say that in the talent, but I think that also came out because of that attitude change that happened in the grassroots level.
Yeah, that's
that's
true.
all.
But yeah, that's something that you can get credit Kohli. But again, the flip side to this is that we've
But
lost.
the other
him.
things, yeah, I agree. Yeah.
We don't have any test spinner in the ranks that is coming. I mean, if we need a third spinner, we now have Chalo Akshar Patel, but we go back to Jayant Yadav and
Shahbaz Nadeem.
Shahbaz Nadeem and all because we don't really have anyone else. A typical leg spinner or this thing. Anyway, I think that's probably about time what we have for this one. I think it's been a really fun episode and it obviously merited because of a great win. There's a big break, 9-day break before the team moves to Leeds, Headingley, and Headingley is the place where Ben Stokes did his magic last year. Was it last year or I think last year.
2 years. 2 years.
2
2
years.
years.
2 years. Last year was
2019.
COVID year. So yeah, I mean, go there. England will be.
And India also had a historic win in 2002. So
Yes,
that was
2002. I think
a great venue. A great venue to have.
Yeah.
Hopefully another classic.
Exactly. I think 2002 Headingley was when we batted them out of the game in the first innings itself, right? Yeah, Sanjay Bangal got 80 and a couple of people got hundreds and all those things.
Dravid got double-handed if I'm not wrong.
No, Dravid 148,
Yeah,
Sachin
Dravid
193, Ganguly 128. I cannot
and
forget that.
Bangal got 80 or something. We just
You won't
batted them
forget
out.
Ganguly scores, obviously.
None of the scores. You cannot forget because we let you to bat first on such a difficult pitch and people said you never bat first at Leeds and it was overcast. Sehwag got out. Hogard was bowling banana out swingers, in swingers and we won by an innings. I mean, that was just amazing.
Yeah, because anyway, so let's hope a repeat of that. Let's hope a repeat of actually not that. Let's hope a repeat of the classic that we've had at Lords. Thank you everyone for joining and thanks for everyone who's been watching. Do like, share and subscribe to our channel and do let us know in comments of how did you like the episode and if you disagree with any of us, please do let us know. So thanks for watching guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.